Welcome back. 5 steps to change your weight loss habits without relying on motivation. Saw this online. This is probably the most common challenge people have with weight loss. See if you can relate to it. I want to lose weight so bad, but I don't have the motivation for it. What made you stay motivated during the weight loss journey? Every time I try to skip old eating habits, I do so for a day, then go back to the next day. It's a whole cycle, and I'm not sure how to stop. Give me tips on how to stay motivated. And this is something I help people with all the time with the Live Align method. We build vision, focus, and practice so you can get the results that you want. You don't have to feel bad about yourself. And if it's your first time here, my name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance. I help business owners lose weight, feel their best without crash diets or guilt. If you've been struggling with motivation, falling off diets, crash diets, and then you lose track and you feel bad about yourself, stop doing that. Get the No Willpower Health Habit System link below. Teaches habits that work with your life, not against it. It's a real step-by-step, clear process on how to get sustainable results. Now, to help you out here, what I want to say is when you say things like, I want to lose weight so bad, or anytime you're talking about a desire like that, that is motivation, right? That is fundamentally like what it is the thought that you want to change something. And so you have a sense of motivation. And the challenge is not having a system that supports that, not having the environment set up, not having your values clear enough, not understanding your vision, mission, and values so you can actually follow through with that process and accountability, right? So anytime you're saying this, you already have motivation. The problem is most people are using the word motivation as an emotion and they don't use it in context. Think about this. The problem is most people use the word motivation as an emotion and don't use it in context. For example, you'll also feel motivated to return to your old habits when they're easier, delicious, or you're too hungry, right? That's motivation as well. Like you feel urges to do things and then you make decisions that help ease that pain or discomfort, right? So the motivation isn't the problem, it's how you are using it and understanding the context of your motivation. Gets deep, but let's keep it simple here. So when we're looking here, every time I try to skip old eating habits, I do so for a day, then go back to it the next day. The problem that people have, they forget this or they haven't thought of it. They haven't studied positive behavior support in graduate school like I have, right? The key is that you don't just skip, drop, or quit your old habits, you replace them. If you stop doing something, then you're going to be still doing something in that same amount of time or in that same situation. So you have to replace the habit, the behavior, the choice, any of those words there, because that's how it works. Like if you don't do it, then you'll just go back to doing it. And especially because you don't skip eating every day, right? If you say like, I'm going to quit eating sugar or something generic like that, then you got to eat something, right? You're still going to be eating. Now you're going to be in the same situations, hoping to make different choices. And if you don't plan for that accordingly, if you haven't thought about how you're going to replace those behaviors, you're not going to. You're just going to go back to what was easy, delicious, comfortable, practiced, routine habits. All right. That's what I say this here. If you're not intentional about how you replace old habits, and you revert to habits that are simple and well practiced. So much more concise in my notes. Anyways, it's natural, but people feel bad about this and themselves because they don't think through this process. And so if that's you, if you've been doing this for a while, you wonder like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do it? You feel guilty. My heart goes out to you because they don't teach this stuff in most schools. It's just, you have to look at the process, take a step back and understand what's going on behind the scenes so you can make more effective choices. And when you know better, you do better kind of thing. All right. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 things you need to know to choose new habits. Let's get into the first one. Number 1, what your goals are, knowing what they are. What does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? Think about that for a second. Most people skip over this part where you don't even consider what you want your life to look like. You just think like, I just want to feel better about myself, right? Be more specific about the life that you're building. Be intentional. Think about, the image of the healthy and fulfilling life you're dreams. Are you able to go on hikes? Are you playing with kids, your kids or like community kids, I guess? I don't know. That got weird, but like having that sense of fulfillment, like going on hikes with your partner, riding bikes, like, I don't know, anything that you want, living a long and healthy life with as few medical bills as possible, right? All those things can be part of that. Being a coach or I don't know, like think about it for yourself. That's what it's about. What does that look like for you? If you don't think about it for yourself, then like you're relying on other people to tell you how you should live. And that's probably why you keep picking bad diets. So think about this question. What are your goals and what does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? Two, why you want them. Why do you want those goals? How does your health support that life that you want? Right? When you are more clear on that, then you can start to build a process and understand how you can make different choices. You can replace your old behaviors with new choices and make better habits that are more effective for the life that you want. So when you know why, that's a big part of that motivation. All right. The third thing here, which specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound actions will you take to contribute to that goal? This is how you kind of take that vision that you have and you focus it on what specific things you'll do. And when you're really clear on a step with these 5 things, they're smart goals, smart objectives, then you know when you're doing what you said you would do and when you're not doing it. Or if you're not matched with your vision, you can figure out what's going on here in this specific thing so you can make a plan that actually works, right? Relevant is a big part of this. They're all important. I think relevant is a big thing that people miss when it comes to picking diets. They just get something that they imagine would be cool or off the internet, and it's not relevant to their current habits. It has to be relevant or you're not going to do it. And it has to fit into these other things, what your goals are in the life that you want, or else like you're not going to do it. You're just going to go back to what was old and comfortable and practiced and that you're already really good at. So here, be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound with your objectives. That's how you focus. The fourth thing I have for you here, a plan to do those actions that fits your lifestyle, particularly one that makes it easier, delicious, more fun to do, and keeps you from getting too hungry. Whew, that's like a lot, right? But if you have a plan that makes it easy, that's the move, right? I got that link below. If you want a plan with done for you grocery list and all that stuff, fresh start, 30-day plan. I forget exactly the order of the words, but something like that, right? A plan to do those actions that fits your lifestyle and it makes it easier, delicious, more fun to do and keeps you from getting too hungry. It's easy to follow through with. It's good. It's tasty. It's not like I'm only going to eat like bland, cardboard tasting foods for no reason, right? It has to be fun and it keeps you from getting hungry, a big part of it. So usually having more fiber, water, has enough food in it, instead of just restricting all your foods and cutting out as much food as you can, a sustainable plan here makes a difference. Okay. And then the fifth thing I have, if you want to change your weight loss habits without relying on motivation, is a system for timely accountability for your plan, including recognizing and reinforcing effective choices and adapting plans and environments when you make ineffective choices. Basically, when you follow through, are you celebrating when you did something right? Or are you just taking that for granted? Because that makes a difference. If you are always recognizing your accomplishments and your success, then you're like, hey, that feels good. When I do the right things, I'm going to keep doing that. Versus a lot of people will delay their gratification until they lose like 20 pounds. It takes like a long time to lose 20 pounds. You get discouraged. You don't celebrate your daily habits and you fall off track and you go back to your old habits, right? Don't do that. And here, I'm sorry I say it like that. It's just like I hear it all the time. And it's like I want to help you understand that like when you celebrate continuously the right things, then you're gonna have that reinforced and it makes it easier to follow through. And then the other side of that is adapting plans and environments when you make ineffective choices. If you do something that's off track, doesn't match those clearly identified goals that you mentioned in this step, right? Then assess it, figure out what happened, make a new plan, a new system, make adjustments, set yourself up for success. So in that same situation, you don't make the same mistake. Most people, they do something wrong according to their diet and then they just like give up. They say, oh, I'll do better tomorrow without a plan to do better tomorrow. And they do the exact same thing the next day and the next day and the next day until they're like, oh, I'll just wait until Monday. I'll get back on track. And then Monday comes, they haven't made a better plan. They haven't made any adaptations or changes. And they're in the same situation all the way till January 1st. Man, sucks for that, right? Like, don't do that. I'm trying to tell you, look out for that. And if you're frustrated with that, then having a system for timely accountability can help. These are the 5 steps that will make it easy for you to follow through with new habits. I talk about that in No Willpower Health Habit System link below. And I talk about it on this channel. So subscribe, send me a message, leave a comment if this helps, or if you have questions, I'll be glad to clarify it. This is probably like the center of the live aligned method, where it's just like very straightforward and easy when you know what to look for, trying to change your habits, replace your old habits, and lead to healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. Here. And then next, you can watch. Oh, I just deleted it. No, here it is. How to stay motivated without feeling, how to stay motivated to work out without feeling bad about yourself. It's about the emotions of motivation and how you can use them to your advantage. I'll put that video right here. Let me know what you think. As always, keep practicing. Peace.